This podcast is being brought to you by WXAV 88.3 FM and WXAV.com. WXAV, bringing the best podcasts to you.
Ziggy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. First off, I just want to ask you, you're on tour right now, right?
Yeah.
How's that going for you?
Great so far. Great. People enjoy the music. I'm enjoying it, and it's going great.
Excellent, man, excellent. Your new album is Dragonfly.
Yeah.
It's your first solo album away from the Melody Makers.
Yeah.
Was it difficult for you to do it on your own, or was it kind of exciting?
It was exciting, you know. For me, it's like an adventure, like to get out there and explore. You know, that's what it was like for me. You know, like a little kid, you know, getting out there for the first time. And for me, it's also about expanding my knowledge and my mind, and just being able to experience different things in my life. So it was exciting.
Yes, I've heard the album, and my personal opinion, I think it's the best album of the year. It's really incredible.
Nice, bro. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Oh, hey, thank you. Now, you had Flea and John Frusciante play on some of the album. Is that right?
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, like when I wanted to do the record, I was like, you know, I want to work with some great musicians. I want to play music with some different musicians than what I usually play with. And so, you know, the question was like, who you want to play with? I was like, okay, Chili Peppers is a group that I really like.
Yeah.
Flea is a personality that I dig, and we did some shows long time ago together.
Oh, really?
And I said, yeah, in Europe.
Oh, cool.
And I said, like, oh, Flea would be cool on bass. You know? They said, okay, let's try to get him. And they called him, and he came in, and we jammed for like a week, and we recorded some stuff. It was great, you know.
Oh, wow, that's awesome, man. Now, you got some very interesting songs on Dragonfly, but the two I want to focus on is the self-titled one, Dragonfly.
Yeah.
What a way to write a song, man. I mean, talking to a dragonfly, a butterfly, a dog. I mean, how did you come up with that? Because I think it's the best song I've heard in a long time.
That came up one day, like I was out in my yard actually, and one morning, and I came across a dragonfly. We kind of bumped into each other, like, and
yeah.
he was hovering in front of me for a little bit, and I was looking at the dragonfly, and I'm thinking, okay, it's gonna fly away, but it didn't fly away. It stayed, and it was in my eyes, it was looking back at me just as curiously as I was looking at it.
Yeah.
And that's when that song started coming to me.
Wow.
You know, I started to wonder, what is the dragonfly thinking, looking at me like that? You know, and that song just came like that. And then after that, I remember other experiences I've had with dogs and butterflies and the tree, and it's all based in reality. This song is all based on reality, but it's just that I perceived these creatures and trees and stuff as personalities, and not just like, oh, that's a tree, it's nothing. I perceive them as actual living personalities.
Yeah.
And not just like, oh, it's a little dragonfly, whatever. It's, you know, it's a dog, you know. No.
But it has its own special meaning.
Yeah, you know, it's like how the creatures see us as human beings and what we're doing to the environment and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is their home.
Yeah.
You know.
That question for you. What do you think the state of music is in today?
The state of music, I mean, the problem with the music is that we've become such an advanced civilization.
Yeah.
And such a technological civilization, is that music become such a more than just music now. It becomes images. And before, music was about feelings.
Yeah.
And what you hear, you could form your own images. But now we're being bombarded with images which play a much more important part in the music world today than it ever did.
Yeah.
And so I think that music actually take a back seat to image.
Yeah.
And if you have the right image, you can sell any music.
Yeah.
You know, and so as a song said, video killed the radio star. It's like that. It's like the technology of videos and all of these things have really made music become less of what you're feeling from the music and more what you're seeing from the music.
Yeah. I mean, look at all the big name stars like Britney Spears or, NSYNC. They're attractive people to look at, but no substance behind the music.
Right, so that's where the problem lies, and the media keep pushing a certain type of thing.
Yeah.
While not exposing the people to other things, like the conscious thing, like my thing or other people's thing.
Yeah.
They're not being exposed to that.
Yeah.
And so that's where the problem is for me in the music business. The problem is not that there's no artist that does music that is meaningful. The problem is that those artists don't get the exposure.
Yeah.
That the more commercial stuff get.
Exactly. I mean, in Chicago, there's only maybe like 3 stations playing your stuff, but then there's like 10 stations playing the cruddy music. You have to pick and choose.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the way it is, bro.
Yeah.
That's where the problem is. The problem, because I mean, there's always been musicians that do all different type of music.
Yeah.
But for me, in the 60s and so, the music business was much more drawn to music that has a purpose.
Yeah.
It wasn't limited. Now it's like everything is getting more, what do you call it? Everything is getting more smaller, more like companies are becoming, one company is owning like 1 million companies.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even know. It's very strange.
Yeah, it is. It's everything is like being taken over by these huge corporations.
Yeah, what they're doing is like closing down the space that allows music to it's getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
And only a certain type of music is going to get through that space.
Yeah.
And the other stuff must stay on the outside.
Yeah.
So. But we're going to keep on doing what we're doing,
I'm glad you are, man. You're one of the rare lights out there giving us the good music. Music with the purpose, with the meaning. And I just want to thank you for doing that. I got one more question for you.
Yeah.
You have a charity group called Urge.
Yeah.
What exactly does Urge do?
Well, I mean, we do whatever we can do. This is not a big thing. It's not a great big charity thing like raising millions of dollars. So
yeah.
Usually I just use my own money and we do what we can do in Jamaica, helping schools, helping homeless orphans, feeding people, just whatever we do, and we don't we hardly like, oh, we did this, we don't do that. We don't need to do that.
Yeah.
I don't need to be going around telling you I did this, I did that.
So, all right, I just want to thank you for your time, Ziggy. Everyone, Ziggy Marley, thank you once again.
Thank you very much for listening to this WXAV 88.3 FM podcast. Be sure to visit our website, wxav.com, for more information on your escape from ordinary radio.